In terms of the money, you're probably right. There is a lot of money. But once again, I ask the question, what are you playing for? Like, if you're really about it, if you're really about sports, then you're about two things, your teammates and the fans. And I'm sorry, it doesn't matter how much money you're making. When you do not show up to play, you're letting your teammates down. When you do not show up to play, you're letting the fans down that are paying you 40, 50, 60 million. I don't care if you're getting 300 million. Congratulations. But these people in here are paying $2,500 a ticket, $5,000, that are blue-collared, hard-working people. If you don't get your head wrapped around that, you shouldn't be in pro sports. Because how are we going to grow? How do we expect you to be an example? Well, guess what? You don't want to be? You are one. You're on the biggest stage. You just said it. They make the most money. You're an example. You got to show up. You got to take that on. I'm sick and tired of making athletes greats, all-time greats, that aren't the best examples. Those are the people that we want our kids to follow, that we want athletes to follow. That helps us in our game. Stephen A., you want athletes to be educated on this and understand this. They got to understand the importance of showing up to the All-Star game and being on the court. And playing banged up sometimes. And playing injured maybe at times. Thank you. And participating, because here's the thing. Because you're making 100, 200, 300 million, you should be out there banged up. You should be. That's why we pay you, is to max out. We talk about greatness and it being the longevity of somebody's career. I don't care if you play 50 years. I want your best 10. I want you on the court dominating. I want you to go all out. I want Michael Jordan. I want Kobe. That's what I want in every sport. That's the guy that I follow. You're a different version than that, you don't get my respect.
Yeah. Big JTV, man. Come on, bro. What else you want? Man, I don't give a damn if you like, comment, or even subscribe. He was spitting. He was absolutely spitting. And if you want to like, comment, subscribe, go ahead. But if you don't care. Because PK Subban was big boy spitting so much. Dude needs to compete with Angela White. And if you get that reference, you're a gooner. So the fact remains here is you have an individual who is PK Subban, a retired, hockey player. Right? Shout out, Canadian too. Shout out to Toronto. Shout out to my T-Dot. Shout out to my Six Mans. Even though y'all are hating on Drake right now, Subban was spitting, man. He went in. And he went in appropriately, because what he was talking about was the lack of effort from NBA players. And we saw it. We've been seeing it for a long time. But it got even more ugly at the recent All-Star game last Sunday. And this was juxtaposed, right? And by the way, if you don't know what juxtaposed means, go grab a dictionary. I'm not going to explain it. This was juxtaposed with what we saw by the Four Nations game, hockey game, which was USA versus Canada. I believe that was on Saturday, the 12th. Okay? No, not the 12th. It would have been the 15th. My mistake. And this is almost a preview of tonight, February 20th at around 8 p.m. Eastern Time, where the Four Nations tournament concludes with Canada versus the U.S., right? What happened in the hockey game, Canada versus U.S. won, which was about a week ago. I'll tell you what happened. Within the first 10 seconds or 15 seconds of the game, there was 3 fights. Why were there 3 fights? Because this game was being played in Montreal, Canada. Of course, full inside the Bell Center, full of obviously Canadians, and they were booing the American national anthem. The Americans were obviously mad. The American hockey players, they decided, hey, we just gonna pick somebody and we're gonna fight. Why were they gonna fight? Because they had pride. They had love and passion for their game. These guys were so passionate about their country, about the game, that they were willing to throw hands. And that spirit led them, the U.S. hockey team, to beat the Canadians 3-1. Obviously, I have a very American fan base. I don't give a damn. Canada's winning tonight. Y'all can suck your mom. It is what it is. I'm cheering for CA. It is what it is. But the fact remains, what PK Subban was saying, was the frustration of a lot of basketball fans. Because even though PK was a professional hockey player and he was very, very good during his time as a hockey player, very good analyst as well, the man, right, was obviously a basketball fan. He's I think PK is in his late 30s, 37, 38. So he was around the time, you know what I mean? When he was younger, he was young enough to watch a little bit of Jordan. He was young enough, or at least his era was young enough during the prime of Kobe, right? So he was able to see it. And to see is to believe. What am I talking about? Right now, we have such garbage from our NBA players and all-stars. Our greatest players are actually underachieving. And they're disrespecting the game. Look, man, y'all already know on this channel I'm a big fan of LeBron James. I'm not going to lie or pretend I'm not. But what LeBron did at the All-Star game where an hour, I thought it was 2 hours, but then I looked up at it again. No, it was an hour before the All-Star game. The man said he wasn't playing because of ankle soreness, right? And then the Lakers play a game yesterday, which was the 19th, 3 days removed from the All-Star game. And LeBron plays 38 minutes, puts up, I think, 24 points, 11 boards, and 7 assists. Something like that. Or maybe it was 7 assists, 7 boards, and 11 assists. Some kind of variation of that. And he had 2 shots of the game-winning shot. The ankle didn't look sore then. The ankle didn't look rough then. That means homie decided he didn't want to play. And I think LeBron decided not to play because he didn't like the new format of the All-Star game. And by the way, he was correct because the format was ass. Right? And at this point, I'm thinking, LeBron, if you have all that energy for a Lakers game versus the Charlotte Hornets, who are a 14-win team, what is going on? You're not putting in the effort like PK said. It don't matter if you're getting paid $5. You're there to entertain the fans and actually give a good representation of the game. And you know what? Even though LeBron is 40 years old, he is still the face of the league. So if you're the face of the league, you have a responsibility even higher than most players. And that's the frustration. Shout out PK for saying that. Big JTV, like, comment, sub. I got a prediction for y'all tonight. I think Canada's finna win 3-2. It's going to be a close game. Game-winning shot by Sidney Crosby. That's my guess. Or Connor McDavid. Maybe Brad Marchand. Somebody's going to do something for the Canadian team. Might even go to overtime. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Big JTV, I'm out.